talk about a tough day today. Man, like, one of those days where, as a salesperson, especially after the weekends, you come back after a weekend, doesn't even have to be a long weekend, and you just can't find yourself for the first couple days. You're fumbling out your mouth with the words, your pitch isn't tight, you're explaining unnecessary things, you're chasing the objection, and you're just out of your head and out of your element, and it's in the late hours, 4 or 5 PMs, and you still got nothing to show for it, man. And if you work in commission, you know what I'm talking about. Basically a whole work day, not a single dollar to show for it. In fact, you're negative $1 because you had to pay for lunch, So it is just hard. How do you maintain the positivity? How do you stay strong-willed? How do you motivate yourself? It's kind of one of those days. Also had, my team with me. So you start to buckle down. That trickles down to your team, and then your team starts to buckle down. And before you know it, man, the whole day's lost. You didn't just affect yourself; you affected everybody around you. The whole environment's just toxic, poisoned. Persistence. That's the one word that kept coming to my mind. I looked the word up. If you look the word up in the dictionary, the main definition for it, right? To continue an opinion or a course despite difficulty or opposition. So basically, despite whatever the external factors are, or internal, whatever the issue may be, dude, just staying consistent. Warren Buffett, Howard Schultz, Steve Jobs, Colonel Sanders, Michael Jordan. The list goes on and on and on in business and in sports. People, Oprah, Sylvester Stallone, people who were persistent may not have been the most talented people. In fact, their talents didn't even start to come out until after they made it, or and then until they finally got the shot at the right timing, at the right moment. But that timing, that moment never comes when you want it to come. It always comes way down the line, and you never can see it, And then people call you lucky when you finally hit it, when you finally strike gold. But, if you don't stay the course, it's all for nothing. So, being persistent when you're going to have those hard times, as you will, as you will, be like Jesus. Jesus the Nazarene. He was the most persistent person we all know. Every day, left his home, left the comfort of his life, preaching the word of God, got some disciples, walked around, didn't worry about what he looked like, probably looking straggly and hairy and dirty, but he was persistent, and everybody knows who Jesus is. So be persistent, man. You turn the day around, you'll turn your team around, and it's not about those days where you're the big dog in the sales days, where you get all the sales, where everybody's saying yes, no objection can stop you. We've all had those days. You're the top dog, you go back to the office, oh, you're feeling good, man, you're rolling down, hitting sales, closer masterclass closer, but dude, that's not always. Most of the time you don't have those days. Most of the time it's average, or you're maintaining something, or then you just hit the rock bottom days. But it's the character you develop in those rock bottom days that is the most important. Because anyone can have a good time, anyone can be selling, anyone can be having a good energy, positivity when things are going right. But when it gets hard, who are you? That's the true testament of your character. How do you come out of that? A stronger person, or do you buckle under the pressure? That dude's a closer. Okay, he's a real closer. So anyway, be persistent, my friends. Be strong, be hungry, and go and get yours.